everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. The rapper Future is still hurt over his ex-girlfriend Lori Harvey because she moved on from him, and he even dissed her boyfriend Michael B. Jordan in a song. Now, I'm sure some of y'all have already heard the song Future did with 42 Dugg called Maybach, and in the song he took a dig at Lori and he referenced her stepfather Steve Harvey and said, "Tell Steve Harvey I don't want her." Well, come to find out, Future said a lot more than that. 42 Dugg leaked Future's original verse on Triller, and this is what Future actually said. He said, "Tell Steve Harvey I don't want her, must have forgotten to tell her daddy she begged me not to leave, put baguettes on your ankles up to your knees, and she didn't have a choice but to go F a lame after me." So that was a clear dig at Michael B. Jordan. He also said, "Realest dude hit the twat. She dang near OD." So from listening to this verse, it's clear that Future is pressed. I didn't know that he was this pressed, but he's very hurt that Lori moved on. One thing I've noticed about Future is he has no problem cheating on his women and planting babies everywhere. But the minute one of his exes that he actually cares about moves on to someone better, he gets in his feelings. This is exactly what happened when his ex-fiancée Ciara leveled up and moved on to her now husband Russell Wilson. Future was very bitter and insecure about that for a couple of reasons. For one, Future no longer had control over his situation with Ciara. He thought he could impregnate her and keep her stuck while he was able to freely move on to other women. Ciara didn't stay stuck though. She didn't cling on to him. She moved on. And she moved on pretty quickly. Several months after she gave birth to her first son, baby Future, she got into a whole new relationship with a Super Bowl winning quarterback. The prayer that she prayed worked. She got herself a respectable, loving, caring, wealthy man who was not only willing to love her, but also willing to be a father figure to her young son. And Future was furious about that. He was furious that he no longer was in the picture. His ego couldn't handle another man stepping in and raising his son, a son that he only sees occasionally, by the way. And he was also insecure about the comparisons between him and Russell. Russell is a mature, upstanding guy, and Future is a childish, toxic guy. So Future couldn't stand that he appeared to be the lesser man. He just couldn't stand the fact that Ciara moved on to someone better for her. And now he's mad at Lori Harvey for the exact same thing. Lori is now dating Michael B. Jordan, and whether or not we believe that their relationship is real, that's who she's with now. And Michael B. Jordan is a respectable guy, and her family seems to love him. In fact, he's the only boyfriend of Lori's that Steve Harvey actually likes.
I'm just happy that I can at least approve of one.
You didn't approve of the previous suitors?
Nothing ever. Ever. Pure hatred.
I'm sure when Future heard this, he felt some type of way. And he feels some type of way that Lori moved on to Michael. And that's why he took a shot at Michael and called him a lame. That's nothing but his insecurity and his hurt ego talking. And I don't get it. I think Future is too old to be acting this way. This man is supposed to be in a relationship with Des Dior, but he still hung up on Lori. He should have known that Lori wasn't going to stick around with a man who has multiple children with 7 or 8 different baby mamas, and he doesn't even acknowledge some of those children. To me, that's beyond lame. That's just pathetic. So Lori wasn't going to stick around for somebody like Future. I do think Lori entertained Future for a period of time because she probably wanted a little edge, and she liked the fact that he spent money on her and gave her some good D. You know, he was generous to her during the time they were together. He gave her a romantic birthday trip and all that stuff. But in the end, Lori wasn't going to settle down with somebody like Future because Future has too much baggage. So I really can't imagine her begging to get Future back. She moved on from the shenanigans, and Future has to accept that. Now on to the next topic. The comedian and Oscar-winning actress Monique took to Instagram to call out Black women for wearing bonnets in public. Now, this whole discussion about bonnets was first sparked by the rapper Plies. The Shade Room posted a tweet from Plies that said this: It should be a law. You shouldn't be able to wear bonnets no more than 6 feet outside of your residence. They wearing these MFers in the airport like a Louis Vuitton bucket hat. Ain't in y'all business, ladies. I just thought they were supposed to be to sleep in. Now, another rapper named Fredo Bang had a different opinion. He said this: I feel like when a female step out in her bonnet, she completely comfortable with herself. She don't have to have makeup and be dressed head to shoulders every second of her life because she knows she the baddest. Hashtag self-esteem is a big turn on. So some of these rappers sparked a whole discussion about whether or not women should wear bonnets in public. And this question was specifically geared towards Black women. Now, I'm going to be honest. I would never wear a bonnet in public. That's just me. I wouldn't wear it. I like to be comfortable but still presentable. And it's not about impressing anybody. It's more so about what makes me feel good. But if a woman chooses to wear a bonnet out in public, that's her business. I hardly pay attention to it because I'm more focused on what I'm doing and where I'm going. So I don't see it as a big deal. But I think the reason why some people are making it a big deal is because they personally feel embarrassed by it. And I get it. Sometimes we don't want to see Black people look a certain way because we feel like it reflects on us. But in this case, I don't necessarily see it that way. And if bonnets became a fashion statement like do-rags, I'm pretty sure people wouldn't have a problem with it. So I personally don't see it as a big deal. I'm not necessarily condoning it, but I'm not criticizing it either. A person wearing a bonnet in public is no different from a person wearing a bandana or a do-rag. It's all the same to me. Also, I do understand why some women choose to wear bonnets out. There's a lot of maintenance that goes into hair, especially Black hair. It takes time to do. It takes time to style it because we have a unique texture that requires a lot of patience and care. And we have different protective styles that require some maintenance. So for some women, it's easier to wear a bonnet instead of styling their hair. And that's only if they're not going anywhere important. So I understand it from that aspect as well. But I've seen a lot of people have strong feelings about bonnets. And Monique was one of those people. She actually came out and issued a PSA to Black women who wear bonnets in public. And this is what she said.
Hey, my sweet babies. So, it took me a minute to say what I'm getting ready to say because I want to make sure I'm not saying it in judgment. And I want to make sure I'm saying it from a place of love. Y'all, some of y'all have given me the title of auntie. And I'm honored that y'all do that, right? But there are times where auntie got to talk to her babies and say some real shit. So yesterday, I was in the airport in Atlanta because I'm in Jackson, Mississippi now at Chuckles Comedy Club, right? And we got 3 shows tonight. We got a matinee at 5:30, then we got 7, then we got 10, right? And I'm excited. I always love going to the stage. So when we got to the airport yesterday, I was excited, like, all right, baby, let's go get him in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we began to walk through the airport, I saw so many, actually too many to count and too many for me to tap. But I saw so many of our young sisters in head bonnets, scarves, slippers, pajamas, blankets wrapped around them, and this is how they're showing up to the airport. And I've been seeing it, not just at the airport, I've been seeing it at the store, at the mall. I've been seeing sisters showing up with these bonnets and headscarves and their slippers. And the question that I'm having to you, my sweet babies, when did we lose pride in representing ourselves? When did we step away of let me make sure I'm presentable when I leave my home? Let me make sure I'm representing the family I created so that if I'm out in the street, I look like I have pride in myself. And I'm not saying no full face of makeup. I'm not saying no full front lace frontal. I'm not saying none of that. All I'm saying is, could you please comb your hair And if you don't want to comb your hair, they got enough shit out here now, baby, where you can style yourself up and look like you have pride. I'm not saying you don't have pride, but the representation that you're showing, someone would have to ask you to know that you had it. So my sweet babies, for the ones that do call me auntie, I love you for real. Even the ones that don't, I love y'all asses too. But the babies that say auntie to me, please listen to auntie. Always have pride in your representation of you. It's not to get a man. It is just your representation of you, my sweet babies. So I'm just giving y'all a warning. If I see you in the streets, in the airport, in the Walmart, and you got a bonnet on, and you got slippers on, and you looking like, what the f***? Aunt Nikki gonna tap you and say, hey, baby girl, show you what you worth. Show you what you deserve. So all of those posts that you see celebrities putting out there saying, hey, queen, hey, queen, hey, queen, well, can we start putting it into action? So I'm asking our wiser sisters, when we see our little babies out there looking like they just don't care, and I'm not saying y'all don't, it looks like it. Can we just tap them and say, baby girl, you deserve more than what you're showing. Represent you with pride, my babies. And that may be a part of us helping our community. Because if you look like you don't give a damn, how you gonna be treated? So, when I say, hey, queen, I can only say it to the sisters that it belongs to. Because a lot of us are still in queen training. So if you're in queen training, stop being fearful of taking your position. And queens don't walk around with bonnets and headscarves and slippers and pajamas. That's for the house. When you go outside, represent you, baby, like you are worthy and you deserve the title of Hey Queen.
So that's what Monique had to say, and I appreciate her delivery. She was honest and she wasn't condescending. She was speaking from a place of concern. And even though I'm not bothered by the bonnets, I will say I do agree with Monique when she spoke on people wearing PJs and house slippers in public. I don't think that's appropriate either. It does show that a person doesn't put effort in their appearance. But then again, you can't really control what people wear out in public, especially at the airport. A lot of people are traveling and they're taking long trips and they want to be comfortable, so they wear things that make them comfortable. So even though I don't agree with it, I really can't control what people decide to wear. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this whole discussion down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.